Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Look, I had a choice. I could be on time or I could run and refill my liquids. My liquids ran were top priority. Sorry. Oh, look, I have people already here chatting without me. What the hell? Oh, wait a minute. Did you see that? What is that? I cleaned my office and I used a that's so funny. I told you I just came flying in here. I cleaned the command center and it had a look at this is part of my feather duster. But it's very clean in here, so that's good. Hi, everybody. How are you? Did you like my puppers? I do that as a ploy to attract people. I figure, oh, people think they'll come in here and see my dog. No, we're going to talk war and Epstein file. Hi, Sister Lynn. Hi, Side Eyes Jess. Hi. Oh my gosh, Prince of Wales. Oh, look at, there are people. We waited so long. Okay, true story. I think in YouTube world, you're supposed to be late. I just think that you're supposed to wait for the anticipation. I don't have time for that. I don't have time. I have to come in. We have to get down to business. I have nothing set up. So let's just talk a little bit before we kick it off. Oh, it's Kristen. It's so good to see you. Oh, my lipstick's pretty severe, huh? And I didn't even freshen it up. Imagine what it looked like this morning in my meetings. It's red. So I think it stays on. I don't know. It's not even the stain. It's just regular old lipstick. It's so good to see you, Kristen, in Jess's chats again. Prince of Wales, you be nice to her. We'll time you out so fast. You won't know what hit you. Hi, Heather. Hey, we had the job report. Who reads the job report? Anyone? Anyone? I do. I like to. So we're going to learn. It's Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday. We had an ice and snowstorm. School in town was canceled. I still went out, though. I'm like, I'm done. I'm so used to driving in this weather. Have I even introduced myself? Who am I? I'm Cyberchick. I'm Cheryl. You can call me Cheryl. You can call me Cyberchick. I have a small, polite YouTube channel that I really am fond of. I'm fond of my chatters. We're nice in here. Wherever you're from, welcome. If you aren't used to chatting and you want to give it a shot, we're a good place to drop a comment because everyone's really nice except for Prince of Wales. But we let him stay because he's our mascot. Did you see that? It muted. I saw it, though. I saw it mute. I don't know. It's probably because I came in like a spaz this morning and cleaned everything. I was in the middle of a sentence. Microphone shifted to, it shifted off of my Shure, which is this. I know you guys don't care, but I want to tell you anyways. To the Array Qualcomm. What the frick is that? Is that my monitor? And it muted, but I caught it. So sometimes if I'm not paying attention, I don't catch that. I don't know why that happens. Let's talk. Side Eyes Jess. It's probably better than other BS I've been reading this morning. I don't know about that. Hi, C-Star. Thank you for joining our Lunch and Learn. We're here to learn. We're going to go visit our friend Aaron, see what he's been writing about. Random Brockton whore, it's always nice to see you. You're our favorite whore. Yes, you're very nice. They're not mean to you. Hey, Tracy B. Thank you for joining. I did find out our friend in Dubai is still there, and she's stuck there till March 12th, I think. I thought she was supposed to come home today, but I don't know. She's still there, so that's that. But it is really good to see everyone. So I started, this is my command center. I've been in cybersecurity for actually over 30 years. I just don't like to say that out loud. It sounds so crazy. And you know what else is 30 years old today besides my career? My baby boy, Bryce Tupa. Brycey, happy birthday. We're celebrating it next week. He's coming over tomorrow, though, for coffee and cake, but the bigger celebrations next Saturday, which is why I won't be able to go to Jess's event in Somerset. But and I'm really not okay not seeing my boy on his birthday. I don't like that. I know he's 30 and he's an adult and he has life to do, but I'm the mother. I gave birth to him. And I'll see him tomorrow, and I already talked to him, and I'll see him next week, but he's my baby, and he's 30. Holy cow. Hi. Oh, we got a lot of people here today. Karina, Pinky. So I just tried this week of jumping on in the middle of the day when it works. Yesterday, my day was crazy, so I didn't get on till after 3. But I just want to know if it's fun for you guys. I liked it, just to catch up with all things related to current events, to anything related to the news that we need to talk about. And quite selfishly, if I come on, I'd rather come on every day, even if it's for 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, than like don't broadcast for 5 days and then stay on for 4 hours, because I'm new. I'm a newbie, right? I'm just figuring this out and coming on and finding out what people like and getting in the rhythm of just, handling the chat, handling the camera, handling the mute button. It just makes me feel more comfortable. Oh, Karina, you love my streams. Thank you. I was really worried to talk about the Epstein files or the war because I don't want people to get nasty or do name calling, because you can have really polite adult conversations and we can learn from each other. I don't like to be called a crazy liberal. I don't like to be called a raging Republican. I don't like name calling at all. It makes me feel uncomfortable. And I am in cybersecurity, so if you ever have any questions about that, I don't really do. I know I get a lot of questions about personal security, like for your devices and your own personal security. That's not really my expertise. My expertise is more with stuff that's going on right now in the geopolitical world, nation state attacks, intelligence threats, things like that. But always happy to have the conversation. Now, let's go see what our favorite friend is doing. Yeah, so I don't know. I want to give you I have a few thoughts. Okay. What do we want to do? Let me think about this. Sherry likes that it's not the crack of dawn. You morning people kill me. I'll be honest with you, Sherry. When I retire, I'll do it at the crack of dawn. What I can't do is leave my command center, go have dinner, go walk the dog, watch TV, and then hop back on at 8. I'll go to bed and wake up at midnight and see people at Rat House Media, Jess, people are streaming at midnight, Auntie Deb. I can't do that. I am a morning person. Oh, it's Kristen. Stuff the company doesn't tell most workers or their customers about. I am not a chicken. Cheryl with an S. Do not be persuaded. Hi, Sister Deb. She could be here for the crack of 11. That's a true story. She likes to sleep in. Not a morning person. Lynn and I are the morning sisters. Lisa, she's become one because of her dogs. Oh, I know, Baker at 11:30 p.m. I know. I always have to watch them on replay. Yeah, some of you stream all the time, or at least, are in the chats all the time. I don't know how you do it. So before I play Aaron and get the update, I'll save my thoughts on the job report for after we listen to him. But I do want to talk about Kristi Noem, because I came on here and I was very excited because I was getting all these texts. Trump fired Noems. I know you don't like her, Kristi Noems. But I just want to be critically, I want to be crystal clear. She wasn't fired. And I think that's a problem. And it's a problem it's a problem not only in the Trump administration, it's a problem in corporate America. We spent the past week listening to how poorly she did her job. Imagine if I went over budget by $200 million. Imagine if I, killed my dog, killed a goat, all the things that they outlined, all the illegal atrocities that she did, and basically was given a promotion. to be, I don't know, Secretary of Narnia, or I don't even know what her job is. I don't understand it. Never, it's a made up job. We all can agree. Where's the accountability? She should have been fired. She did not perform her job. She's able to walk away saying, I love Trump. He loves me. He does love her, by the way. He doesn't see a problem with what she did. He saw a problem with our reaction to it. And this is what Obama would have done. And this is what Biden would have done. And this is what corporations do. But they don't do it for me. And they probably don't do it for you. They don't protect the workers, right? But it's the elite that get the protection. And I'm just calling bullshit on it. I have a rant. Hi, Bay Harbor Beauty. Excellent show last night. Random Brockton whore. I don't know what's happened with Baker and Jay Walsh, but I'm curious. I love Broken Baker. He is amazing. He broke. I'll side note, because I know I'm on a rant about Kristi Noem, but he gave me a platform when I reached out to him. I reached out to a lot of people when I started to say, hey, can I come in and tell my cult story? Got back to me within an hour and said yes. And he is a gentleman, and he's just really, really sweet. So yeah, it is a problem, right, with Kristi Noem? I mean, and am I the only one? Hey, Jen FL 5. Is it Jen FL because of Florida? I'm just curious. Do you want to just be called Jen or Jen FL? It always feels like I'm saying NFL, Jennifer, but I like it. So I just want to say there should be accountability. And this is how I feel about Kristi Noem. And it's the same in every administration, and it's the same in corporate America. And it's not right. You know, you didn't do your job, you don't get another job. You don't get to walk away saving face. You have to be fired on the spot. So that was my rant on that. Thank you for staying. Why do we listen to Aaron Parnas? Well, because I thought I'd be able to hook him up with my niece, but apparently he's married. And besides that, he's amazing. He is super intelligent. He graduated college when he was 14. He became a lawyer at 18. He is brilliant. I'm sure he makes mistakes, people. We all do. He was a Republican, and then he voted for Harris. So I feel like he can look at things objectively and give us, because it's really hard. When you are listening to journalists, you're hearing their point of view, whether or not they ever want to admit it, you are. So I like to listen to Aaron. First of all, he gives me everything in snippets that I can digest, because, you know, I can't watch hours and hours of content. I'd love to, but I just can't. So we like Aaron. Well, I like him, and you guys are here, so you have to like him, because I do. I don't know. I didn't have time to bookmark anything. See, he even says Trump fires Kristi Noem. She wasn't fired. She was given a vacation. All right, let's listen to this one. Trump panics. And keep in mind, every single thing he says is breaking news, and someone's always panicking. And, you know, newsflash, no one's panicking, and it usually isn't breaking news. But don't judge him. We still like
one incident.
Hold on.
We have breaking developments this evening. The United States Department of Justice has published the missing FBI 302 interviews with an accuser of the President of the United States. CNN has confirmed that the FBI published these interviews after, for a long time, concealing them from the public. And the question is, why? Now, tonight, I was able to go through the Epstein files myself. I was able to find the 3 interviews conducted between the FBI and the woman who accused Donald Trump of abusing her when she was a child. I'm going to go through some of these interviews tonight to show you and tell you how I found them. And then I'm also going to talk about some of the other news that you missed today, from Iran to Kristi Noem to more. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. There are a lot of new files that were just uploaded to the Epstein website. I'm digging through them all night. Subscribe to support my work, and to keep me caffeinated to my Substack, click the link below. Now, before I go into these interviews, I want to tell you how I found them. So in 2020,
I did subscribe to his Substack, so everyone knows, and you should also sub to him on YouTube. I subscribe because it's only fair. I use his content exclusively every day. And Prince of Wales, I think it's funny that you say he's mediocre as a YouTuber, and he probably is, right? I don't think you can be charismatic on YouTube and a great lawyer and super intelligent and a journalist. I don't know. It's probably hard. So he's not really charismatic if that's what you're looking for. But what I look for when I'm researching anything is just someone who will deliver the facts and someone who takes the time. The reason I stumbled on him is he read all the files. He loves to do that. The Epstein files. I'm not going to do that. And I want to trust someone who does do it. I want someone who's intelligent, who can take in the information and then digest it and deliver it to me in short snippets that I understand. That's the reason why I like him.
In 2021, when Ghislaine Maxwell was on trial, Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirator, she received a plethora of evidence from the Justice Department, from the United States government, as part of its required disclosures that the DOJ does when it prosecutes someone. It's required to disclose any inculpatory evidence, any exculpatory evidence, any evidence that could convict Ghislaine Maxwell, any evidence that could help acquit Ghislaine Maxwell. As part of these discovery disclosures, the Justice Department provided 3 FBI 302s, which are memorializing interviews conducted between an accuser of the presidents and the FBI. Now, until today, these interviews were not on the Justice Department's website. There are 3 of them. They were conducted at or after the time of Epstein's death. The first interview was conducted on August 22nd, 2019, as you can see from the date of the entry. The second interview was conducted on August 30th, 2019. And then the final interview was conducted on October 22nd, 2019. A series of 3 FBI 302s. Now, how did I find these? Well, whenever you produce a document to the opposing side in a criminal case, you have your own Bates numbers. So in this case, I was able to cross-reference the Bates numbers from a list of documents that had been given to Ghislaine Maxwell's attorneys. That list had been public, corresponding with the Bates numbers on these documents, these FBI 302s. I'm going to walk you through what the accusations are against the President of the United States in these files. I want to make something very clear. I'm not saying that these accusations are true. And maybe there's a reason the FBI did not follow up and did not continue this investigation. Maybe they found this.
Okay, you guys have to keep in mind, I'm in cybersecurity. I find him utterly entertaining, and I could listen to him all day. Isn't it funny? We all have our different, opinions and our different judges. I like him. You guys are so funny. I play him like every day. And you guys are all like, he's okay. He's not that great. So I do see this conversation about Broken Baker. So we'll pause here and I was going to ignore it, but we won't ignore it. I think that, I think sometimes people get really attached to parasocial types of relationships. I don't know if that's what happened here. And I have a crush on him. Someone else has said that. I do, but he's younger than my son. That's why I was going to fix him up with my niece. I don't have a crush on him, to be perfectly clear. He's way too young, and I like tall, dark, and handsome men. My husband's tall and dark and handsome. But he'd be perfect for my niece. I'd like him to be part of my family. Is that too much to ask for? Back to Baker. I don't know what's going on with them. I trust Baker. I don't like when you can have one person telling a story and the other person's not able to give their side. So I'd rather just shut that whole thing down and say that sometimes people think there's a stronger relationship because they see someone every day. I've said, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm going back to Aaron, and I think he's entertaining, and I do like him.
Person to be not credible. I don't know.
Tell me everything.
But the accusations are there, and they were substantial enough to the point where the FBI sat down with this woman on 3 separate occasions. This first accusation, during the first interview, the woman outlined really the crux of the accusation. I'm not going to read you all of it because it is graphic in nature, but you can see starting in the 3rd line, where Trump's name began at the beginning, Trump asked everyone to leave the room. Trump mentioned something to the effect of, "Let me teach you how little girls are supposed to be." proceeded to unzip his pants. As you can see, his quotes right afterwards. I'm not going to read them to you because platform-specific reasons. And then it goes on to say that this person, this accuser, got the feeling that the relationship between Epstein and Trump included a certain amount of jealousy. She thought Trump appeared jealous of Epstein at some point. They ended up on level playing fields. Trump and Epstein sometimes use the terms fresh meat, untainted, and not jaded while referring to girls. That is what she told the FBI. In a follow-up, later on in this FBI 302, she recalled at least one incident in which Epstein took her off the island when she was 13 to 15 years old. He drove her, flew her to New York, introduced her to someone with money. It was Donald Trump. It also includes allegations that Epstein was blackmailing people, and she says that Trump knew about this blackmail. So that is what the accusations are in these interviews that were just released today. This is another section of one of the later interviews.
No, I feel bad that I was interrupting him because I didn't know that it got so serious so quickly. And this has to come out again. Just there has to be accountability. We're looking at files that were hidden, and they were probably hidden for a reason. But I'll let Aaron explain.
Interviews where she essentially says that she wasn't fully comfortable detailing her contacts with Trump because what's the point of providing information when there's a strong possibility that nothing could be done with it? So those are the three interviews. Those interviews had been previously never reported to the public because they were previously private. The Justice Department withheld them from public view. Tonight they're public. And I want to stress once again, I'm not saying these interviews are accurate. I'm not saying that the allegations are proven. What I am saying is that they are there, and there may be a reason why the Justice Department didn't want journalists, didn't want the public to see them. And the claim that these allegations, the reason why they weren't released is because they're completely unfounded. Well, that to me doesn't hold any water, because the Justice Department released a whole host of allegations against the President of the United States outside of these three interviews. There were allegations that were arguably even more horrific and graphic in nature. And yet the Justice Department...
Amy Boston, I think this is the first time I'm seeing you in the chat. So welcome. We appreciate you being here. We check in at noon or sometime during the day to kind of keep up to date with current events. And right now we're letting Aaron update us. He does really short videos. It's only got a couple minutes left about the Epstein files. Great to see you in the chat.
Felt completely comfortable releasing them to the public. So my question is, what took until tonight to get these out to the public? Maybe we'll know, maybe we'll find out, maybe we'll never find out. I don't know. But I am here to just report the news. I'm here to tell you what's in these interviews, and that's what's in these interviews. Now, in other news tonight, Donald Trump is facing trouble getting Markwayne Mullin, his new nominee to be the Department of Homeland Security Secretary, confirmed quick enough. Remember, Donald Trump just said that Markwayne Mullin is going to take over as DHS Secretary. He's just going to be appointed. Well, he actually can't just be appointed. He has to be nominated, and he has to be confirmed by the Senate.
He will be.
And right now, it's not fully clear exactly how Trump can simply announce this effective at the end of the month, since he is not Senate confirmed and not eligible to be acting secretary under laws governing cabinet level vacancies. In addition, the New York Times is now reporting that a strike on February 28th at Hidden Elementary School in southern Iranian town of Manab, the deadliest known episode of civilian casualties since the United States and Israel attacked Iran, was likely done by the United States during a precision strike that was targeting a...
So we know that. I mean, there's no surprise there. Aaron, that's not breaking news. That's not breaking news. Okay, let me go back and read some of this. There's something that Zach said that I wanted to go back to. Okay. Random Brockton Hoy, you want to get into the details, don't you? Yeah, but we're not going to. I don't know. I had a thought and it's gone now. Oh, there it is. Yes, there is a Lilith okay, so first of all, we can't transition off of this without and go right into the Lilith documentary, can we? Yeah, we can. So, I mean, I started my channel talking about cults. We can go anywhere we want. So if you're new to this channel or on replay, my family was in a cult. We were the family featured in the Amazon documentary, Desperately Seeking Soulmate, Escaping Twin Flames Universe. If you look back at my video from Saturday, was it Saturday? It feels like it was so long ago. I showcased a podcast that I did in December that really gives a soup to nuts overview within like an hour. I think I was on a little bit culty, and it'll give you the story. If you're interested in the story, you can go and watch that. But there is a Lilith documentary. I watched it last weekend. I want to watch it with my sisters. Sisters, are we doing that? We forgot to plan it for tonight, and now we can't, right? It was phenomenal. So the Lilith documentary, I don't remember, and I should, right? But I don't remember the Lilith concerts. It was a women's festival of women rockers from 1997 to 1999. So all the 90s women rockers, it was put on by Sarah McLachlan. And basically in the 90s, which I didn't even know this was going on, it was a men's world in rock and roll. And the women were not getting the billing, the promotions. People wouldn't sponsor them. They weren't getting the sponsorships. So they came up with a Lilith Fair. And the Lilith is, before Adam married Eve, there was Lilith. I don't even know. I learned so much in the documentary. It's a great documentary. So look, you got me started. Someone said, don't get her started. You did. You got me started. And it was there really is a doc. It just came out in 2025. So it's not an old doc at all. It's good. It's a really good, it's done by Dan Levy. Who knew? I feel like I'm talking to Erin when I'm having this conversation. Yeah, so. She's not married, is she? You guys still, I do love the Lilith thing. You guys are still talking about drama. You know, you guys are drama whores. You like all of it. Amy Boston, Cyberchick. I'm fascinated by cults and know a lot about them. I'll have to check it out. I collaborate with Kresha from Difficult Research about occult from time to time. I think I might have sent her or tried to DM her, Amy. I'd love to talk to you about it. My niece was in Twin Flames Universe. It's a, she got into it online. It's a cult that, surprise, surprise, wants all your money. So they charge you for all these courses, and they control your mind, and they do forced gender transitions because they promise you a soulmate, and then they tell you, oh, you're supposed to be with this person, and that person is actually a male, but he's trapped in a female body. He's going to have a sex change. It's kind of a lot to just kind of highlight in 2 minutes, but it's truly a cult. They were raided in July, and they're under investigation. Our niece is out, and we're thrilled that she's out, and we're going to continue to highlight Twin Flames Universe so other people don't fall into it. So, we're just touching on the light topics as always. Cults, Epstein files. Let's get an update. What else did Erin have to say? Because I do want to talk about, and we talked about Kristi Noem, and I don't understand why people are saying she's fired. She's not fired. She got promotion. She's off to Narnia to be a secretary of Narnia. We don't even know. That's not even a real job, and that's not accountable. I'm on fire. Lilith so you actually went to Lilith? I don't even remember them being a Lilith concert. I was raising kids, I guess, at that time. Sarah, Paula Cole was the Indigo Girls. Yes, you have to watch this documentary. So what's funny, it was Sunday. I said to my husband, oh, do you want to see I want to watch this trailer. Are you interested? And he's like, oh, no, but I'm busy. You go ahead, watch whatever you want. And so I said, I just want to see the trailer, see what it's about. We were both hooked. Watched. As soon as it started, we sat down and we were engrossed for the next 2 hours. It was phenomenal music. I love Dan Levy. Side Eyes Jess, he's phenomenal. What I didn't even know he produced it till the end. He's in it as Dan Levy because he felt, and that was what's really great about it is, I mean, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. It's where people who were different felt like they could go to a concert and be with people who are different. It was just great. And so he felt really comfortable. As a kid, he went to it. And then he did this. He was the producer of this documentary. Okay, I have to get Aaron off. He's just staring at me now. At this point, it's getting weird. Oh, okay. You want to talk about the job reports? Let me see if Aaron goes into it. I mean, it wasn't good news. And that's the thing, you know, like I always tell my kids, if it's better to have no surprises in life. So even in the work world, you know, I ran a large sales team, and I'd be like, I don't really care if you're meeting your quota. I care if you're meeting your forecast, because if you can't meet your forecast, you don't know your business. We should not. There should be no surprises. There should be no surprises. You should know and anticipate. And in the job report, we were expecting to gain anywhere from 50 to 70,000 jobs. We were minus 90,000. And I don't understand that. Why? How could that be so? How could we be so off? We were expecting a net and we were minus. So let's see if Aaron might talk about it. And he probably does it in a more eloquent way than I ever could. So let's just see. Let's see what he has to say, and then I'll give you my thoughts. I read a couple of things about it.
Proven.
Not yet.
What I am saying is that they are there, and there may be a reason why.
What's this? That's not the one that I want, is it? Hold on, everybody. Don't panic. Don't panic. Where is the... What's he? Oh, did we just watch that one? That's the one we just watched. Hold on. I don't know if he's going to talk about it. Let's see what he has to say.
It's jobs than economy.
Hold on.
We have major developments this morning in the news, from the job reports to Iran. America has a lot to deal with right now. First, on the job front, the United States economy lost 92,000 jobs in the month of February. That is a lot less jobs than economists had predicted. Economists had predicted that the economy would gain about 60,000 jobs. Instead, the economy lost more than 90,000 jobs, one of the worst job numbers in recent memory. And it comes as gas prices continue to rise. Well, the president is not concerned, he says, about the gas prices. They are rising to some of the highest levels we've seen since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022. And when we're talking about Iran, the president says he acknowledges that Americans may face attacks here on the homeland in the United States of America, saying that some people die in war. All while Russia is now assisting Iran overseas in the Iran war to help with various military targets. A lot of news to cover right now. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. The more you like.
We'll be right back, Aaron. I want to go back and tell Amy. I'd love to. I saw your, I think I went right over it, Amy, but I'd love to. If you want to connect with me, let me put my my emails in my description, but I'll also put it here. Cyberchick. Yeah, I'd love to talk about the cult. I'm also a cybersecurity professional as a way of introduction. It's nice to meet you. Side-Eye Jess, I didn't know what Lilith was either. And I don't know why. You're a lot younger than me. I should have known about it. My husband said he heard about it. People that my sister Lynn said she knew about it. Maybe Deb. Lisa didn't. I don't know. Some people knew and some didn't. Big women's festival. Big, big, big. But watch it. It's really good. She's crazy and toxic. My kind of people. Snarkastic Sam, welcome to the chat. Yeah, just a casual check-in on everything serious. That's what we do. Which documentary, Deidre, do you want? The one that my family's in or the Lilith? The Lilith documentary is, where did I watch it? Excuse me, Hulu. That was a Hulu. My family's documentary, which you probably aren't asking for, but I'll give it to you. Anyways, it's Amazon Prime, Desperately Seeking Soulmate, Escaping Twin Flames. I'll plug it whenever I can. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so the Lilith concept was all the 90s women from 1997 to 1999. They did a second one in the 2000s, but it wasn't a hit, which was really funny. Okay, sorry. I'm reading. You know, it's hard when I'm watching this because I see chats. I'm like, oh, I want to chat with everybody, but I can't. I have a job to do. Aaron.
The more people see this, even if you don't like the news, subscribe to my Substack, click the link below to support my work, and let's keep building. I want to begin by talking about a quote that the president gave to Time magazine last night. Asked whether Americans should be worried about retaliatory attacks at home, Trump acknowledges the possibility. I guess, he says, but I think they're worried about that all the time. We think about it all the time. We plan for it. But yeah, you know, we expect some things. Like I said, some people will die. When you go to war, some people will die. Now, when he first said that comment, he actually said it about when he announced the war, he said that we will have some casualties and that when you're in war, essentially, you have casualties. That makes sense, right? American troops on the ground in the battlefield could be a casualty. Never did I think that the president was referring to Americans here at home. Because Iran, while it doesn't have the ballistic missile capabilities to reach the United States of America homeland, there are concerns from the FBI and other law enforcement agencies that Iran may launch some type of terrorist type attack through a lone wolf attack, through a sleeper cell, etc. And in recent days, they've raised their alertness nationwide. And maybe this is why. The president is acknowledging that some Americans here at home may die because of the war abroad. And the way they will die, according to him, is due to retaliatory attacks here at home. That is a significant shift in messaging from a president who previously would not really kind of go down this path. So if you are living in the United States of America, my recommendation to you is to remain vigilant. Because right now, there are concerns of possible attacks on the homeland. And it comes, according to the Washington Post, Russia is now reportedly providing intelligence support to Iran to target U.S. forces in the Middle East. U.S. officials say that Russia has been sharing targeting information with Iran, including the locations of American warships and aircraft. This is the first indication that another major U.S. adversary is indirectly assisting Iran in the conflict. Now, a lot of people said from the beginning, well, if we strike Iran, will China get involved? Will Russia get involved? Iran is a close ally to both. And typically the answer is yes and no. You're never going to have Russian troops fighting American troops in Iran or Chinese troops fighting American troops in Iran. The last thing Russia and China want is to get into a world war with the United States. That's not what they want. But through intelligence support to Iran, that's a different beast. And here we have confirmation that Russia is now assisting its ally against the United States of America. And well, it comes at a time where the president is saying that there will be no deal with Iran except unconditional surrender. He says after that, and the selection of a great and acceptable leader or leaders, we and many of our wonderful and very brave allies and partners will work tirelessly to bring Iran back from the brink of destruction, making it economically bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. Iran will have a great future. Make Iran great again. Thank you for your attention to this matter. But until that moment happens, Americans are facing concern. They're facing concern from retaliatory attacks. They're also facing concern at the pump as gas prices are rising to the highest level in years. Now, the president himself is not concerned with the rising gas prices. Here's what he said to Dana Bash this morning.
He quickly turned to Cuba. He said, and I asked about rising gas prices, and he said, that's all right. It'll be short term. It'll go way down very quickly. And I said, well, they're pretty high now. And he said, no, they're not. They're up a little bit, not much, but it'll drop to record lows. And so I asked, well, does this mean that you're going to figure out the Strait of Hormuz soon? Again, something you were just talking about. He said, quote, it's already figured out. We've knocked their Navy because, you know, when you knock out the Navy, they can't do what they wanted to be able to do. The Navy is almost He said, we just hit the 25 mark. Can you imagine that? Big ones. 25 ships are down. We're doing very well. And
so he is saying that gas prices aren't that high. But based on what I hear in my comments and from you all, gas prices are rising. And the average price of a gallon of gas is significantly over $3, which is much higher than it was just a week ago.
Yeah.
And while it's not just Iran that the world is talking about, Trump is moving on to Cuba soon.
Basically turned to Cuba. He said, without being asked, Cuba is going to fall pretty soon, by the way, but Cuba is going to fall. They want to make a deal so badly. And I asked, how so? He said, they want to make a deal, so I'm going to put Marco over there, and we'll see how that works. But we're really focused on this one now, meaning Iran. We've got plenty of time on Cuba.
Seems as though Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, may be getting a new job from the Trump White House. The leader of Cuba may be next. And it comes as America's job report that came in this morning is not good. Not good for the administration. America lost 92,000 jobs in February. That is one of the worst job numbers in recent memory. As you can see, since 2022, America has only faced 6 months of job loss. All 6 months of job loss have come under the Trump White House. In every month under the Biden administration from 2022 to the present, you had job gains. And when you look at the numbers even closer, almost every major industry group shed jobs in February. Hospitality down 27,000, healthcare down 28,000, manufacturing down 12,000, transport and warehouse down 11,000, construction down 11,000, information down 11,000, federal government down 10,000, professional jobs down 5,000, mining jobs down 2,000. The only job gains that you saw are within the social assistance sector, which gained 9,000 jobs, and in the financial sector, which gained 10,000 jobs. So you have an American economy that is relatively struggling right now. And it came after surprise numbers in January, which showed good job growth. And now you have revisions back down. If this trend continues, it'll be a very, very difficult time for this White House heading into a critical midterm election year. Because if job numbers are not high, the president's results may not be high as well. As always, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll have more updates for you very soon.
Okay, let's talk about the economy.
All right, Christian, I must go.
Stop it. Okay. No, okay. Hi, chat. Hi, Lacey. Good to see you. Thank you for jumping on. Just doing a really quick update on everything. I don't even know who Mark is. Oh, Mark's here. Hi, Mark. You're lurking everywhere. We do a quick current events thing here right now. So let's talk about the job economy. First of all, unemployment rate is at an all-time high. If you've lost your job, I'm terribly sorry for you. It seems like it's a really tough time. It seems like it's not the slow hire, slow fire. It's low hire, low fire is what they're calling it. So companies right now, you're not seeing the massive layoffs that you were seeing, but you're also not seeing hiring. So if you're looking for a job, that's discouraging, right? What did I read? I read, he didn't talk about this, but there were a couple of points that I wrote down. You should see my writing. I can't even read it. But I forget the term for it, but it's a stagnant labor percentage. So what I'm trying to say is that people aren't applying for jobs. Laborers aren't applying for jobs. And I think that we should, oh my gosh, my phone. I was texting my husband and now stop it. It's recording everything. Just stop it. You ever do that? You hit the button and my husband's gonna be like, why are you sending me a job report text? LOL. So, okay, let's talk about the economy. Really, we need to help each other. So if you are currently laid off or looking for employment, let's do a show about how we interview, how we network. Let's use LinkedIn. I'm really a big proponent of helping people. Unfortunately, the ones hardest hit this past year by the job report are blue collar workers. Manufacturing job losses were huge. Construction, mining, healthcare went up, which is weird because they lost 30,000 jobs last month, but overall it went up. But healthcare is not indicative because that's not sustainable. Typically, when you're talking about job reports, how's everyone doing? I don't even know. Does anyone even like this? I could listen to someone talk about job like Aaron. I know you guys are like, oh, Aaron. I could listen to him all day talk about the economy and job reports. Hi, hippie chick. Love that profile picture, by the way. Last year, we had a record all-time high of people withdrawing from their 401k under hardship. 4.5 million people. That's an all-time high. So that shows that people who have lost jobs are. So there were a couple of notable things. They lost their job. They weren't applying for a new job, maybe because there's none out there, or they're discouraged. The housing market had some interesting trends. First-time home buyers was down, and it was down at its lowest. It was 21% for the first time. That's the lowest. The average income for first-time home buyers went from $85,000 last year to $125,000 this year. There were a lot. I mean, there's a lot in the report. These are just things that I usually look at to give an overall level of, are we in a recession? I mean, we're not in a recession, but we're stagnant. That's the feeling I got out of looking at it is that we're stagnant. How's everyone doing? As my husband says, oh, you could ramble about tech and the economy. I really could. I really could. You guys are talking tattoos. I am great at job interviews. I love interviewing. I can help people. I'm really good at helping people interview. We should do a job fair. We should do a job fair because you just have to be confident, and you have to go in, like, especially when kids graduate college, they have no idea how to interview. And you have to go in, you can't ever not ask questions. You have to have very specific questions for every single person that you interview, and they have to be different. I would love to do that. Zach's never behaving. Well, that's the other part, right, Amy? Amy Boston, is you have a good job, but you can barely afford life because everything is just so expensive. And the top, I always talk about the top triangle. It's the elite politicians, regardless what side you're on, the elite businessmen, and the elite criminals are the richest, and they're controlling. They have the power, they have the money, and they're controlling everything. And what else did I learn about the job reports? Let's talk about the price of gas and oil. So I found that interesting. The fact that we're at war with Iran. I mean, Iran, we probably get, I don't know, we don't get a ton of oil from Iran. Maybe 2% of our oil is from Iran. The problem is that the seas you can't pass through the seas. So the Strait of Malacca, the passageway to China and East Asia are blocked off. And what happens if the cargo ships can't get through? Then they're not able to obviously deliver the oil, but then the oil companies have to stop drilling for oil because now they have a storage issue and you get a backup. So that's all. That's in case you're wondering, like, well, why we don't get a lot of oil from Iran? Why is it going up? Hippie chick, your husband retired and he has to get a job because everything is so expensive. It's not only that, it's healthcare. It'd be interesting. I work at a very large high-tech public company. I don't say who I work for because the position that I'm in, if I don't want to ever represent them. And if I was to say who they were, then I'd have to get legal involved in PR. And so it's just cleaner for me. So I'm not trying to be secretive. You can find it on LinkedIn. I'm not trying to be secretive or, keep anything from anyone. It's just easier if YouTube represents Cyberchick. Cheryl, not my company, but I do work for a large high-tech company, and I had a whole point, and then I went on what are we talking about? Oh, everything being so expensive. So many people that I talk to are employed, not just at my company, but in my industry for insurance only. And I always thought, like, I wonder if we had universal health care, what the job market would look like, because more people would retire, more positions would become open. And this isn't a debate about universal health care is the answer to everything. It's great. It's just a thought process that I go through. A lot of Americans work for healthcare. And everything is so expensive. We do have our own. That's a really good question, Snarkastic Sam. We do have our own reserves and refineries, and we're always building them up more and more. Yep. Amy works in healthcare system in IT, and you pay for insurance and deductibles alone. I know. I have to say, we have really good insurance where I work, and I'm grateful for it. Okay, so that's a lot. Have I bored everyone with my job updates? I think this is fun. I really like this. I like keeping current on current events. We touched on some really good ones, and I like to keep you informed. Now, I always have to end with something fun. I don't think I had anything on my cameras last night, but let's check. Hold that thought. Hold on, I have something, but chances are it's my husband feeding the deer out there and not anything. I didn't look. Oh, I have a low battery, 15% alert, so I have to go out and charge my battery. I bring it in, I clean it up, I charge it with the USB port into a power cord for about 2 hours, and it'll last me for 2.5 months. But the system's getting old. No, it's my husband. It's my husband. Okay. That's okay. Hold on. I have a lot of texts. Oh, my cute little dog. Let me see. No, you love me, Heather. Thank you. I love you guys. It's funny because you always have this panic of, oh, I wonder if anyone's going to even show up, because I think I put this up maybe a half an hour before. Mark, yes, it is all information. And what I say to everyone, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a fan of Trump. I have voted both in the Democratic race and the Republican Party. I'm pretty much in the middle. I'm probably socially liberal, fiscally conservative. I loved Governor Baker, not a fan of Trump, but I don't want any fights, and I don't want any name calling. I want facts. I want education. So if you have someone who is intelligent, factual, credited, they have to, they have to be credible. Can't just be some crazy CNN reporter or Fox News reporter. We've got to have some credibility here. But and they could be on Fox and CNN and be credible, but they have to be credible. Then let me know and we'll review them as well. And they have to be cute like Aaron, because Aaron's cute. So yeah. My husband, he's always on the cameras because he's the one that refills the bird seed, and he does, he throws out the fruit salad and carrots to the deer because he's afraid that they're all starving. And the bunny, oh my God, the bunny, he hasn't seen the bunny. He's obsessed. Something happened to the bunny. The bunny's fine. The bunny has been with us for 5 years. I'm sure it's going to pop up. I don't know if it's the same bunny. Could be a different bunny, but never, doesn't matter. He thought the bunny was stuck because we had so much snow, and he thought the bunny was under the shed because we haven't seen it. So he built a trench under the shed leading to the path so that if the bunny was stuck, he could come out. I'm like, I think they're pretty good at surviving on their own. I don't know. Thank you, Snarkastic. Have a good weekend. I have something funny to show you, though. I don't have a video, but I do have something that I'm going to show you. Hold on. Oh, good. Okay, that's off. I don't have it showing. Just give me a second. Come on. No, Aaron, not you. You're done. You're done. Hold on. Oh, I hope I have it. Give me 1 second. I didn't tee it up, so I just have to go find it. I thought, oh, here we go. Oh my God, I freaking love this kid so much. Hold on. No, don't do it yet. No. 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 Okay. Just hold on. I'm gonna find it. Okay. I only found one, but that's okay because he makes me so happy. I'm going to show you this. Then I have to run. That'll be perfect.
Today we're gonna make this.
No.
Today we're gonna make this fruit salad, and I'm gonna show you to cut them all up and put them in my bowl.
He cooks. He's a chef. He cooks like real meals, though. I have to find the real. Oh, wait a minute. This is what I want. And it says, hold on. I don't want to do the fruit salad one. I want to do, oh my God, you're going to die. I watched this one last night. Hold on.
Today we're gonna make Mommy's favorite soup: cheese and broccoli. We're gonna put broccoli, carrot,
I learned from him.
onion, and the most yummiest thing, cheddar cheese. Daddy's gonna cut the onion and the carrot up for
Daddy
me, and
helps him
I'm
all the
gonna cut
time.
the broccoli up. It looks like a tree. I got to cut all the leaves off the tree.
Freaking love
Cutting the
him.
broccoli, combine harvester, cutting the broccoli, combine harvester, big red, combine harvester, chug, 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 chugging away. Now we need some more branches.
There's your carrots.
Thank you. Thank you for my carrots. Thank you, my onions. Now because I just
Love him.
saying big red combine harvester, I'm thinking that about in my head. Now we're going to put this in the soup. Here you go. What about the cheese? Grating the cheese. Combine harvester. Grating the cheese.
I watch this all
Combine
the time.
harvester. Eating the cheese.
Eating it.
Combine harvester. Chug, 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 chugging on. Now we're going to put all our vegetables into the soup.
I think it's rather the chef. Sometimes
I'm going to put
in a
some water
restaurant.
out into this line here. Nearly at that line. They're done. This is the lid we got to put on and it cooks and it blends it. I'm going to turn it on and then come back when it's done. Ooh, that looks so yummy. Now I'm going to put a handful of cheese in. I'm going to try the soup. I've never had it before to see if I like it. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
Come on, is that not the best? So I get these. I watch him every day, and I send the clips to my husband, and I'll know when he's watching it because he laughs. So isn't that the best? He cooks everything, though. I'm amazed. I actually learned. What did I learn? He was doing something. I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. I didn't know you could do that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm learning. He must be what, 5? I'm learning from a 5-year-old, but that's okay. We can all learn. 10 minutes. That was supposed to be a text. Okay. So I was telling you, I have to run, but I was telling you the story, and this is just a good example of how effed up corporate America or governments can be. I was telling you a couple days ago an article that I read about Block, the company Block, and the CEO Jack Dorsey threw a I don't know, I forget now the details, but millions and millions of dollars to celebrate the anniversary of his company in October, and he had Jay-Z there. He spent tons of money, right? And he was getting some shit because this week he announced he had to lay off 40% of his workplace. And people were like, you're spending all this crazy money. But guess what? After he made that announcement, his stock went through the roof, which sucks because that means he's going to get a pat on the back. The board's going to be happy. And, his stock went up. And that's the bottom line. And that, my friends, is why it's not fair. Sometimes life in business is just not fair. And it's good I just laughed when I read it. I said, that's the one article I wanted to highlight. And now he's got kudos to him. Yay, you're having a layoff, so our stock went up. And what happens is other CEOs, they see that. And so that's a worry I have. So right now we're in a low hire, low fire mode, but you never know if that will change. But that's what he claimed. He said AI has taken a lot of tech jobs. I don't know. I call BS, Zach. I think that it's an excuse. AI is not taken a lot of tech jobs. Maybe it will take coding jobs, but not the amount that they're talking about. I mean, you don't lay off 40% of your workplace because of AI. You definitely have seen more automation of jobs, but that also can open up opportunities for other jobs. But I do tell everyone, embrace and learn AI. You can't have the mentality that you don't want to do AI because, of the, it's not green or the impact it's going to have to the economy. You have to embrace it. It's like saying, I'm not going to embrace a browser when browsers were being introduced to the iOS or Android. You'll fall behind. You have to stay with the times. You have to embrace it. Amy says, well, hi, Amy. I haven't seen you for a while. When someone is spamming my live, they always come in, always change their name, come back in, trolling chat. How do I handle that? That's really tough, right? I have a really small, pleasant channel. I haven't had a lot of issues with it. I do think that I just ignore them. I would recommend just ignoring them personally. I know for the larger channels that happens a lot. It just seems like if everyone reacts to them, they're getting their way. And if you just ignore them, like get the frig out. I don't even care what you. It switched my mic again. Did you see it? How long was that? I think I caught it right away. I think I have a ghost in here. He's switching my microphone. My microphone just went from my Shure to my laptop. Oh, he does. Do you block that word? Because you can go into your YouTube studio and there's under user management. I mean, you probably know this. You can block words so then they'll never be able to show that word will never be able to show up in your chat. Yeah, you have done it. That's a bummer. Oh, one letter at a time. That's so rude. That's so rude. Why would people do that? Well, I don't know. Why are people rude? I'm sorry that you have to deal with that. That's really tough. Yeah, one letter at a time. It's almost like this. Just imagine the type of person who spends time doing it. I can't even keep up with all this current content. And how are they? I don't have time to spend on hate. I don't have the energy to give to hatefulness. So I don't choose hateful things. Okay, you're all scaring me. Don't scare hippie chick. Give her positive thoughts. Yeah, that does sound insane. Okay, that's all I have. We were going to go check Skip out. Oh, should we? No, I'm not going to. I am so, I'm so weirded out. It's so intimate in his bedroom. What if he's laying down? Should we? Let's see. I have time. Do you guys have time? Should we say hi to Skip? I will never go look at Skip's room without you guys. Never. Never. Okay, but we're going to be quiet. Don't tell him that quiet there. What is it? It's the isolation room. Okay. Shh. I'm scared. I hope he's not in bed. It's very weird that he's in bed. Okay, here it is. Hold on. I'll share. I'll share. Hold on. Hold on. I know. Oh, it's Kristen. I'm not supposed to go over an hour, but this is the last thing we'll do. I don't know what this is. Don't tell him. What are we doing? Are we there? Oh, crap out of me. Did that scare you guys? What happened? What was going on? Okay. Shh. This makes me anxious. We're peeking in. It's messy. Where's he going? Is he going to jump out the window? Skip. Should we say hi? I bet Zach's in there. I'm going to go look and see if Zach's in there.
Okay. Evidently, you can't unplug that. Even just for a second, you can't.
Zach's not in there. We didn't catch Zach cheating on us. What do you want to do? Let's go. Hold on. What do you want to zoom in on?
Hey, Kristen.
I'm not telling him I'm here. If he knows I'm here, he might want to talk. Shh. He's got a lot of stuff. Where's he getting the stuff from? Bye, Zach. Zach, you're going over to Skip, aren't you? You traitor. You're drilling. Here's a drill. Where'd you get that from? Amy, this is very uncomfortable, but it's Skip. Skip is in the isolation year. He is on a journey to lose weight and improve his mental health by staying in his room for a year. Okay, aboard. That's as much as I can take. I think that's probably the longest I've done. That was pretty good. That was a long time. And people like to watch him, and I can't. Drilling for oil, Sister Deb. You see what you did there? That's just so funny. Everyone, this is my sister, CT's sister. Yeah, it's good for him. It makes me really anxious. I don't know why. He wants everyone to go in and see him, but I feel like it's intimate and that I'm invading his privacy because I'm in his house. Anyways, I really have to run. It was so great to spend this lunch with you. It was great to update all of us with current events. Let's do it again. I hope everyone has a great day. Be safe out there. Enjoy your Friday.